Hi, this is Political News in 5, and today is July 24th, 2022. I'm Aisha Osori. Now, first on the list are the fake bishops. Last week, when Tinubu unveiled Shatima as his running mate, it turned out into a PR nightmare. Now, why was the event even necessary in the first place? One, it was probably to get ahead of the Muslim ticket controversy and to present Shatima as a man with broad national appeal, hence the story of him having an adopted Igbo son. But as I said, unfortunately, that's not how things went. Instead, social media, the news outlets were all covering the story, the allegation that fake men dressed in fake robes had been hired to present the illusion that religious leaders in Nigeria support the Shatima Tinubu ticket. Now, why did they feel this was necessary when I'm quite sure there were real recognizable men of the church who could have been persuaded to be on their side on that day? But it just shows a propensity for charade, criminality, cover-up, subterfuge, which should be telling us many things. Now, what's particularly galling is the clerics have actually been under attack, especially over the last couple of months, from kidnapping, being murdered. SBM Intelligence has data to show that between 2019 and to date, 56 men of the church have been kidnapped and 16 killed. What would be nice is to have a policy debate amongst the leading presidential candidates about what will be done about insecurity. I think Nigerians should stop being taken in by these charades, these circuses that are put on by the likes of Tinubu and other presidential candidates. We can't be fooled by Potemkin villages anymore. We have to look beyond and be critical about what we're seeing and what we're hearing. The second thing I want to talk about is Dave Umahi and the Senate ticket. Now, last week, a federal high court in Abakaliki in Ebonyi ruled in favor of Miss Anne Egom Eze, who is now going to be the person who is the APC candidate for the senatorial zone that Umahi was vying for. Now, Umahi was one of those people who picked two tickets, one directly, one indirectly. He was making a bid for the presidency, but he asked his younger brother, Justin Umahi, to run for the Senate, and Umahi won, of course. And then when Dave didn't get the presidential ticket, shocking, he comes back and his brother steps down so that he can step in, but not so fast, said the court. The court said no, based on the rules in the Electoral Act, which Umahi had obviously not read, the person who is second has to be, because you actually have to have a primaries to emerge as a candidate, and Umahi Dave did not take part in any primaries, and so it was Anne Egom Eze who is now the candidate for APC. That's just excellent news, and I'm happy to report that both the candidacies of Akpabio and Ahmed Lawan, the current Senate president, are still questionable, and if they should dare get on the INEC list, it's very clear that this case creates a precedent that hopefully other people will use to take them to court and deny them access to the Senate in 2023. Speaking of access, the third thing I want to talk about is Kemi Badenoch and her run to be Prime Minister of Britain. Now, Kemi is of Nigerian heritage. She's 42 years old, and she made it to the fourth round of the competition to lead the Conservative Party in England. Now, she's controversial for many reasons, both at home and abroad, including for implying that the reason why she's running was her experience in Nigeria and how not to be a Nigerian politician. Now, for me, I find her run interesting for other things. Her age, as mentioned, is 42. The fact that she had made a very credible run under a major party to be the prime minister of the country. Now, if she was in Nigeria with all her experience, minus the one of being an MP and being an executive, just talking about her educational qualifications and professional career, she would not be anywhere near being able to run for president of Nigeria under the two major parties, whether it was PDP or APC. So, what are the lessons that we should be taking from Badenoch's ability to run? We're here in this country, for example, we're seeing fewer and fewer men, and we've never had a woman run under the major party. We've never even had a woman as vice president of a major party. For the 2023 elections, we have 15 presidential candidates. Only one of them, Princess Chichi Oje, is on the ballot for APM, which is a party that I don't know anything about. She herself is a candidate I don't know anything about. Looking on the internet, her claim to fame is working for a family business, Noel Oje Holdings. She doesn't have anything near any of the experience that Kemi Badenoch has had, because Not because she probably doesn't want to, but because that's the environment in which we live in, that getting into politics, being able to serve, is not something that's easy, because serving is not actually the end goal. It is serving yourself, taking out of the national cake, so to speak. That is the goal of getting into government. And so it's a lot more competitive for the wrong reasons. If young people and women who make up the majority of Nigerians really want to change the trajectory of having women represented and younger people represented, we're going to have to come together and vote as blocks, so that will show the power of our numbers. That's it for me this week. Voter registration is still on till July 31st. If you haven't registered, you still have a chance to do so. Stay safe and see you next week. Bye.